What's going on, everybody? David's here in Bulgaria.
In the Voice of Autism.
Voice of Autism, episode 220. Let me check.
223 or 26?
Sorry, guys.
Well, take your time, JJ.
211. We're on episode 211, and you guys are probably wondering what is going on right now. We just had to bury one of our dogs. About 45 minutes ago. One dog, if you guys remember from one of my video vlogs, her name is Mimi. She's 16-year-old. She did pass away about 45 minutes ago. We were in there when she passed away. I tried to resuscitate her, but it was already too late. Let me take the brightness on too. There we go. But I tried to resuscitate her, but it was too late. She passed away on about 25-30 minutes ago, but a little bit rough. No one thought she is dead. So with that a little bit hard. It's hard when you're autistic and you lose a pet. And that I'm not gonna lie, it could be hard. Like, I remember back when I went to elementary school, my first dog, I gave him the name Bullet. Like a bullet train. He ended up, while at school, got hit by a truck, and he ended up dying.
Shite.
I did not know until I got home and I realized that they were burying him. And then today, or technically now, but yesterday, because it is 12 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, about right around 11:40, between 11:35 and 11:40, Mimi had passed away, our dog. So that a little bit hard because she did pass away tonight, and I tried my best to resuscitate her and do CPR, but it was too late. She died on us, so yeah. But I do got them good new. Our mom recovered pretty well. She had opened her eyes today for first time in 2 weeks, so my mom did recover.
Excuse me, guys. I burped. I'm sorry.
So after we did get bad news out of the way, we're bringing in the good news. So my mom is slowly waking up out of the medically into a coma they put her in because of COVID. So for the cute, per se. So they are literally cleaning her office up, but she is going to have a trachea right here. So yeah, she might not be able to speak for a little bit, but she is doing a lot better. But it is pretty much mixed feelings right now, and they already buried Mimi. They buried her about 5-10 minutes ago. Or technically, it's been longer than 5-10 minutes ago. I'm just a little bit emotional, but they did buried her right about a couple minutes before I started the live stream. But we must go on, which is the rough thing. So yeah. But yeah, like Chicago Rail fan in chat, but right now it's a little bit of a rough rub past, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It right now a little rub. Oh, baby,
It broke. Sorry.
I got it.
No, it's not. Oh, there? Oh, thank you, David. You're the man.
It popped back in.
Thanks, bud.
Don't try to yank on it, or you're going to have me do it again.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
But let me touch it. Oh, that. It's a little bit hard knowing that she did pass away, our dog. But it's also good news that we know that she is in a better place. But it's also good news that my mom are recovering too. So we got a lot of good news and a lot of bad news. And did was something I was not expecting to do tonight, like because of what's it happened. Like for anybody who lost a pet that they care about, or like have animals that they care about, that could be very hard, including for some of us. So yeah, that erupt patch right there. Let me see if the Cargo Rail fan is on Discord. If you know what I mean. But it is a little rough.
Sorry, guys. I haven't
But
had a
yeah.
headache because I never ate since
yeah.
2:30, so I'm late eating again. Eat night snack.
Yeah, Vela having her little late night sack.
Oh, chores. I took most of the chores yesterday, so I even got to do the laundry,
Mm-hmm.
and I have no time like finishing the food, so I technically fasted.
Oh,
like
yeah.
crazy.
Now, just live streaming not about not autism, but
Fan of
train.
trains.
That for the fans of train stream, but I can go ahead and call him in. I'm going to do that the our way by my tablet. Well, just gotta wait for him to pick up.
There he is.
Hey, Chicago Rail fan, you there?
Yeah.
Well, you went to live stream on what happened to our dog tonight.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. By the way, David, excuse me.
thing
I
is, the
texted.
stream's
I
kinda
posted
behind.
on stream.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys.
It's just like
I just gotta eat.
I hear you talk, and
Oh.
then like a few seconds later, you're talking the same stuff on the live stream.
oh, sorry, man.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Fine, I just left the live stream.
Thank you.
Well, it is a little bit rough because our dog just died about right around 11:35, 11:40.
What was her name again?
Mimi.
Rest in peace, Mimi.
Like me and Val were in there, and we started noticing that something was not wrong with her.
Yeah.
She didn't want to
Yeah.
stand up, and then she tried walking, and then the next thing we know is that she started not pooping out blood. Oof. And
That must have sucked.
like my little sister Zoe got a blanket out to let her lay on, and a couple minutes later, after she put her on it, she went.
Do you have any idea like what could have caused her death?
She is 16 years old. Old age.
I feel cautious. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty old. I mean, for a dog. I mean, for a person that's pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But
she's almost as old as me.
mm-hmm. And how old are you, Dakota Rail fan?
For safety's sakes, I will not disclose that. But I will say, if you want to know what year I was born, I was born the same year that the Amtrak International Limited got discontinued. So if you know the answer to that, you may have a good age of when I was.
Yep, I know your age. Yeah, because.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
DM me on Discord.
Oh.
I know not 2001. Not 2004. You know.
2000.
Just DM me what you think on Discord. I personally don't have real details.
Oh.
You're same age as my brother and sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're a legal adult right now, aren't you? Or you're still a teenager?
No, he's not. He's a young adult.
I mean, I'm still considered a minor, so
No.
Yeah,
don't say anything weird.
Yeah, you're the same age as my brother and sister. Meaning you were born at the same year that they were born in. You know?
We'll talk about this later.
But
Excuse me, guys.
heck, me and Val, we share our birthday dates on our live stream sometime. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Like, I
can't hear Val. It's just on.
Yeah, Mr. Train Boy.
Can you hear her now?
Hey, you hear me now? I'm sorry. I got emotional.
Yes.
I got drained again. Had brain drain today.
But yeah.
Because personal stuff going on yesterday.
Yeah.
And
But
David doesn't want to talk about it today because of this.
And you know how rough it is when you lose a pet. It can be rough, you know?
Especially the one you are very close with.
Personally, I have not owned a pet. I have had family members who have owned a pet that died, so I can kind of relate.
Well, it's pretty hard because we did watch our dog die. She died in front of our eyes.
Yeah, in front of me first time.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was old and her body was giving out on her, you know?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But she did die peacefully, you know? And in a house, so that's up and good. But on other news, like what I said on my live stream, my mom is doing better. So that's the good news, you know?
I know you told me that off stream.
I know, but my mom finally woke up a little bit today with her eyes open. But they are going to be putting a trachea in. You know?
Yeah, I think I know what that is.
Where you put it right here above your chin to keep you from breathing.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Whew. Oh. Hey, I need to add. Is anybody in your family autistic?
As far as I know, no.
It might sound crazy, but it's something I'm going to bring up because most people don't realize it. Autistic people don't have a look, you know?
What do you mean don't have a love?
Like, there's a stereotype out there that say, oh, autistic people have looks. You know, like they look like this. It's
You mean like it's genetic?
Yeah, like they say, oh, you look like this. Like, you know, if someone look like this, they automatically think you're autistic, you know?
I mean, there are some people who you can kind of tell would be autistic. But I guess it's sort of a stereotype.
It is. Like, heck, people can't even tell that I'm autistic until I bring it up to them, you know? Like, literally, I have talked to people and they sometimes don't even know that I'm autistic until I bring it up.
I don't know. I mean, if I brought some people I know to I showed you, some of them may think you're autistic, given your looks. Probably not to Val, though.
But yeah, like, heck, I'm just going to bring it up. There are people in the movie industry, like, you know, I can't remember her name, but you remember the Kill Bills movie?
Say that again?
You remember the movies Kill Bill?
No.
Dude, you need to look them up. They're pretty good movies. Like you,
Damn, but I'm not a 90s kid, alright?
you're 2000 kids. I know. That would make me feel a little bit better, you know, with what went on tonight. Because what I tried to save her life, you know, like I tried to save my dog's life, but by doing CPR, but I was a little too late on that. You know? So that pretty rough.
Wait, do you actually do CPR? Like, are you trained for that?
No, but I tried.
I mean, you did doing it to a pet, so I don't know if you actually need training for that.
I know, but that was a little bit rough, you know? But
Yeah.
But I gotta show you some of the movies. Actually, Kill Bill did not came out in the 90s. It came out into 2000s, you know?
What year?
Around 2002, 2003.
Still before I was born.
But I'm a 90 baby, but I'm a 2000 kid, and I'm a early 2010 teen, you know?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yes?
Do you remember anything from the 1990s?
Yes, I do. Like, I even know...
Like,
I know stuff that happened before I was even born.
I don't know what to say about that.
I do remember...
Have you lived through it?
No, but I do remember my mom having a Firebird, like in the 90s. I do remember my stepdad, and I wouldn't... Not my stepdad, but my real grandpa before he passed away. I do have vague, and I mean vague memories of this. Of him dying and drowning him in his own blood. What?
Sorry, guys.
I don't know what's the word for it. Gruesome? Morbid?
Yeah. He had a thing that made everything in the body brittle, like on the inside. So when he coughed, all his up on the inside ruptured. So he ended up drowning in his own blood.
Do you remember the New Year's of 2000 or 1989?
Oh yeah, I remember the 2000 one, like the New Year's Eve of 1999 to 2000.
Did everyone think the world was going to end?
Yes. A lot of people in my family were talking about it and talking about, oh, World War III will begin, all of that.
Then they thought the world would end at 2012, and that didn't turn out the way either.
You know what's funny? I'm not trying to be supernatural or anything, and I'm not trying to hope it happened, but what happened if that actually was the year?
This year? Like 2021?
Heck, we're about to be in war with China, like China trying to evoke our countries, you know?
You know America. They'll intervene in anything.
Yeah.
Like, China is threatening to invade Taiwan.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's Chinese Taipei. At least that's what Xi Jinping told me. Or should I say, Winnie the Pooh.
I knew that was coming. I did, but we were all banned from China for that. You know? But, yeah. Ooh. I do got one thing. He is the modern day equivalent to Adolf Hitler, you know?
How so?
He mass genocide a lot of people in the upper area of China called the Uyghur Nation.
Oh yeah, isn't that like in Western China?
Yeah. He mass genocided them and actually put them in called re-educating camp, but we all know what re-educating camp are. We all know what they are. They're concentration camps. You know? We all know it. Like, and heck, I did rip into on one live stream about the new Milan movie, you know?
Yeah.
I ripped into the new one and how much of a dumpster fire it is and how much of a communist Chinese propaganda crap it really is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really watched the Milan movie. I've watched part of it, but
I'm talking about the live action version.
Mm-hmm. So I just like loving my braids.
The original I say it's good, but this one it's total dumpster fire, and worse yet, it's Chinese propaganda, and also they actually use slaves in the movie, actual slaves.
Wait, really?
Yes, from one of the
cast or like just like working in the movie.
Both, and I mean both, and actually to build it up for the movie too, like literally.
They're working.
I know. And heck, the actor herself support police brutality, you know? That even
Actor?
Yeah, the female actor, the one who played Milan, she supported she actually supported police brutality in Hong Kong. You know?
Oh.
Yeah. And heck, I heard what they're doing to the autistic community there, and it's not too
What
pretty.
Are they doing there?
Brainwashing them and turning them into mindless slaves. Literally.
Like, what do you mean mindless slaves? Like working for the military?
Military or stuff like you should realize how easy it is to brainwash autistic when they're younger. It's very easy when we're young. You know?
Do you speak from experience?
Friend of mine, she is from China, and she said that they did that to her younger brother. Like literally, she was firstborn, but they had a second kid with a boy, and he was autistic, and they brainwashed him, and he ended up dying from overworking, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I know this from my friend, and she said, don't trust China.
Sorry, guys.
Even if you're autistic. And speaking of that, the auto trainer going by.
I thought that's the voice of autism, and now becomes a fun train show.
Yep, auto trainer going by right now.
Oh, just let me eat, guys. Oh.
But
I can't really see it from your live stream, but
I know, but
it's pretty nice. Wait, how close are you to the tracks? Like right next to them?
Yeah, walking distance. I can walk 2 minutes to the track. In about a minute to 2 minutes to the track if I walk.
Oh, I thought it was like right by you. Like you could just like.
I can actually show you on Google Maps where my house is and where the tracks are. It'll blow your mind how close I am.
Alright, just still do it on the live stream.
Actually, people already know where I live.
Well, I mean, Ravenel's a pretty small place.
I know. Heck. I know that.
I mean, you better watch out for that, dude, because if you ever get more popular in the future, like, that's kind of a issue.
Yeah, I know that.
Privacy, David, you always remember that too.
Oh, speaking of that,
I know I say, you know, in my title, I am the Chicago Real fan, but the thing is, Chicago's got like 3 million people. That's like finding a needle in the haystack.
True.
Mm-hmm.
We only have about 4,000 people who live here in Ravenel, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was much smaller, like 40 people or 400.
No, it's not that small. We have over 4,000 people who live here.
See on Google Maps how much Ravenel has.
Like, the population of 4,000 about 4 years ago. It probably decreased, because population fluctuate every year.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
we do got a couple of abandoned houses here, and we had an abandoned trailer park that was torn down.
Yeah, we have a lot of abandoned stuff here in Chicago. Train stations included.
Same with us. Heck, they did get done about 6 years ago rebuilding the train depot here in Ravenel as a train launching platform for rail fans. They did get that done.
Okay, so I'm on Google Maps and I clicked on Ravenel. It says the 2010 census reports about 2,465 people.
Oh wow, we lost 50%.
That was from 2010 though, so it could easily change to 2020.
Yeah, we probably got more now because a lot of people are moving to South Carolina.
Oh, David.
Heck,
That was North
Remember the
Carolina.
privacy.
not just that, we have people up north moving down to South Carolina too.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see, it doesn't look like there's much to see besides the railroad tracks and the highway.
But you're outly close to the beach, the city. Like if you don't want to be out in the city, like in downtown, you can outly live out here. Like
True.
we got a whole bunch of development going on here in Ravenel as it is. Like we talk about building a freaking Walmart out here. We're building 200 homes in an area of Ravenel along one of our roads, and I mean 200 houses.
So let's have a good public funding.
Hey, I mean, if that Walmart gets built, you've got a place you can work closer. Right?
Yeah, I can actually transfer from Walmart in West Ashley, where I work at, to the one down here if they do it. We'll find out in a couple of
I
years.
just wish that, it would be nice
What
if
would
they built a station at Ravenel. Or, I don't know if Ravenel has a train station there. Does it?
we did up until the 1960s, about the 60s when we had one,
It'd be nice if built a town around there, which I'm pretty sure that's what it was intended to be.
It was like
founded.
It was like, if you go back to some of my previous rail fandom videos, you can hear them on the scanner when I'm recording train there saying downtown Ravenel. Because downtown Ravenel is right by the train depot. Like, the area will both be like a train town, like a railroaded town. And we all know what happened to railroading towns,
Yeah, if they didn't look nice enough, they usually kind of abandoned it.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
There's still some railroad towns still exist within the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm. Heck, there are still some here in South Carolina. But yeah, the trade thing is that a lot of stuff that go on here in South Carolina, they're mostly by car now, If you've been...
Yeah, I don't think there's any form of passenger rail besides Amtrak here.
Yeah, the only type of passenger rail service that would be into Carolina would be Amtrak, and if you go to North Carolina, that would be the Carolinian. Or, their commuter rail.
Serve South Carolina?
Not yet, but it puts you serve some area in Spartanburg down the line. Like, they done said that they're actually going to connect it to Spartanburg. And heck, even some of the tram, some of the metropolitan area to the tramway in Charlotte, the electrified area, they're going to have some of that crossing into South Carolina to some of the neighborhoods,
Oh.
So we might have a electrified section in South Carolina, but on the border with North Carolina.
Yeah, it must suck. Well, I mean, North Carolina is more populated than South Carolina. So.
True. Like, it is true in a way. But the thing about it, next 20 years, some of South Carolina's biggest city are going to be up in Greenville and Spartanburg, you know?
I'm not too familiar with what goes on in South Carolina. The only time I went there was 2015.
Oh, I was still in high school back then. Well,
it's like I'm sleepy. Sorry,
Oh, Chicago Rail Fan, I did put the link to your YouTube channel in chat, by the way.
I hope I can have 100 subscribers so I can change my link to youtube.com/Chicago Rail Fan. I really don't like this whole random letters in the end.
I know. Hey, well, I have over 200 subscribers myself, you know?
Yep.
And I'll be honest, it was hard to get in there working to that many subscribers, you know? Even though I'm not a big YouTube channel, that's still a little hard to get to. You know?
I can imagine.
Ooh. But, yeah. Oh, also, do you think Demo or Dimitri are going to Ralph? I'm not Ralph fan, but live stream?
Personally, I have no idea because I tried DMing this guy on Discord, which is the only way I can probably get to him, and he has not responded. He responded to any of your DMs?
I have him on Facebook Messenger and Discord. I have him on both. But he have not been online for probably about 4 to 5 days now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I'm not a boomer, so I don't know about Facebook.
I know, but hey, well, me and Val, we're Zoomers, you know?
I think you guys do qualify as Zoomers.
Mm-hmm.
That's him.
Zoomers and millennials, you know?
Yeah.
But
Demo's a millennial.
hey, we're millennial too. Me and Val were born in the 90s.
I'm born in the 90s.
Val is the millennial. I'm the Zoomer. That right. Like,
I gotta tickle David.
That does make me feel better after watching our dog died. But Val was born in 1995, Val was born in 1995 would make her a millennial. I was born in 1998 would make me a boomer. Not a boomer, but a Zoomer.
Gen Z.
Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
So me and Val are two different
generations,
you know?
Yeah.
Well, there's only one generation I associate with, and that's the Zoomer.
Yep. The boomers really screwed it up for our...
The boom booms.
Yeah, that's true. I called them the boom booms. They're the one who screwed up this generation, you know?
Well, pretty much any after them.
Mm-hmm. Here, funny thing. See, my grandma, she's not a boomer. She was born way before the boomers. 1949. Before the boomer. Boomers are 50 and up, you know?
I think boomers are classified as born from 1945 to 1965, so I'm not sure.
We know. But
I know that for a fact that they were the generation after the ones who fought World War II.
Mm-hmm. And they were generating that screwed it up for all of us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's a reason behind that.
Mm-hmm. And
now, you want me to explain my, not really my faces, but like, not really sure whose it is, but it's like, just something like I've thought of.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how the generation before the boomers were the ones who fought World War II?
Yes.
Right? And so, you know, it kind of made, after World War II, America was a pretty well-off country.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boomers who were born then were given this pretty good country. And, yeah, the story goes on from there. You know what the...
Yep, and the boomers drove it into the ground. Heck.
They were not ready.
Heck, the boomers, they're so entitled. Like, most of the Karens, the Kens are boomers, you know?
Yeah.
I will say, not all boomers are bad. There's a couple of good boomers out there, you know?
My grandma, she was born in 1949, and she is a very sweet and nice person.
Like me. Like
But-
me.
I know.
Yeah. You know the saying, strong men create good times create weak men, and then weak men create hard times. So
Nope.
It's kind of a cycle.
Mm-hmm. Well, you remember when I said on the Demo live stream that we were going to go through some hard times?
Yep.
And I'm right. Like, I called it, you know?
I'm pretty sure you're not the only person that called it.
But even though it's a live stream where we talked about autistic, but I am going to bring up about railroading real quick. I do see more fallen flags in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I remember you said, like, it's going to get worse for railroads before it gets better.
yeah, like,
I mean, how worse could it get at this point?
well,
Before we get, like, really any passenger service.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, the only place that will probably have it would be the Northeast, Florida, maybe Georgia to Charlotte. You know, like Atlanta to Charlotte. Probably the Midwest, like up in your region. Probably Colorado on the front basin. Anywhere that have a big city or like have quad cities that are multiple connected together. Those would probably be one that would still have railroading, you know, like still passenger rail.
Let me get this straight. You're saying that, like, rural places, like, you think it's going to get worse for them in terms of railroads?
Like for passenger rail,
Going off from what you're saying.
probably so because of how our government is, you know?
I mean, they passed that infrastructure bill, and let's just say they're not doing a good job with it.
Mm-hmm. Heck. Wait, did they pass it?
You didn't watch the live stream with Demo? They said, yeah, they passed it.
Oh, yeah, that right. I forgot that one. Well, Congress are trying to stop it again, you know?
I don't know that, but just
I
y'all
will
think.
say, though, they did not put much effort into the railroads.
Heck,
Everything did was, like, kind of too late. Like, Ben
Yeah.
and Indiana with the Hoosier service. They canceled that service.
for a stupid airplane ride to Paris, you know?
I mean, who wants to go on a flight to Paris now?
Mm-hmm. I hope the person who brought that idea got terminated from their job, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I hope they got terminated because that. But yeah, and I know that they're out. We planning to do much better, Jane. Oh, speaking of that, I was going to bring that up in Dimitri live stream. CXX did abandon the Ohio sub, you know?
Yeah.
And I realized that CXX did effed up bad. You know the Ohio sub, the thing that go to St. Louis through Ohio?
Nope.
I didn't realize Amtrak can actually buy that and use it.
I mean, Amtrak's supposed to have a lot more power than it does, but it doesn't realistically.
Like, and here at Bunting, the tracks are perfectly in state. They got all the infrastructure, you know?
Yeah.
So that would be something Amtrak would be able to use. And heck, maybe have a little private freight railroad to divide to any customer on the line. That would work, you know?
Probably.
Like, literally, is that a perfect setup? Like, the Ohio subdivision of what it called, or sub, like, their last train went about 4 months ago with a CXX Autorack train. And I realized realized that they can actually, well, you know, if Amtrak was smart enough, they can actually use that to get to you know, their destination even faster, you know?
Sorry. I just making poses.
I'm not so
Let's
sure.
make you happy.
Like, I mapped it out. It will cut time from St. Louis to Chicago by 40 minutes.
I'm more banking on building a high-speed rail line there.
Yeah, I do, but heck, we can't let our railroads get abandoned and go to waste, you know? Because,
Depends on circumstances.
like, if we keep abandoning railroads left and right, you can bet our ass our country will collapse, you know? And,
We'll have to see.
like, look, there are countries that are in Africa that used to have railroads. There are countries that used to have railroads in Africa that was so dumb to get rid of them over because of highways that they collapse and they have civil wars, you know?
I'm not too sure about that.
Like, there are a few countries that I can use, for example. Like, not Nigeria, because they still have theirs.
I know Libya doesn't have any railroads.
Actually, China made a deal with them to rebuild a railroad that they scrapped back during the Second World War.
Cheeky China.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. You can out.
Well, I think there's some other countries that don't have any tracks. Like, I know Iceland. I don't think Iceland has any tracks.
Iceland used to have tracks. Iran do have railroads.
Not Iran, Bahrain.
Bahrain? I never heard about that country.
Yeah. It's right. It's around Saudi Arabia. I think I can show you a picture of it.
Oh. Well, Saudi Arabia is buying U.S. locomotives left and right. You know?
You know something interesting?
What interesting? Like,
The Vatican City is the smallest country to have a railroad.
that is true. That is true. Like, I'm not.
Small set of tracks, but hey, they have it.
Mm-hmm. You know, Greenland used to had a railroad up until the 1920s. But,
Yeah.
like, they had two narrow gauge locomotives that were built in Germany. That was sent there, you know?
Well, since Greenland is technically part of Denmark, they don't really count it as like a country without a railroad.
Or not Greenland, my bad. Not Greenland, Iceland. I got it mixed up. Iceland was what I meant, my bad.
Imagine having a railroad in Greenland, like it's all covered in ice and everything.
Hey, well, they did found rare earth minerals in Iceland.
That's true.
Or not Iceland, Greenland. Do you imagine how much money Greenland is sitting on with rare earth elements?
Don't let the U.S. government know. They're gonna want to buy Greenland again.
They already know. Like, that was the reason why they wanted to buy Greenland.
I mean, if the U.S. did buy Greenland, Canada would be in trouble. They're next.
Oh my god, that's funny. That would get in the mood off of what happened tonight with Mimi.
Actually, I think there's like some countries that actually do have railroads in the cold, like Norway and Russia.
Yeah, they do. Like, their railroads handle better than the United States. Even Canada railroads. Heck, even our own railroad up in Alaska.
I don't know about Canada. I don't know about the Canadian railroads because Via Rail is just as bad as Amtrak, if not worse.
What about the Alaska Railroad?
I don't know. I don't know much about the Alaska Railroad, but I know it only runs like in the southern areas, like around Anchorage. Imagine if Amtrak actually had like railroads in Alaska.
Mm-hmm. That would be crazy, you know?
Because I know Amtrak is like serves like 46 of the 50 states. There's two in the contiguous part, South Dakota and Wyoming.
Oh,
That's pretty easy.
Well, Wyoming about to get some Amtrak service back.
But we still got South Dakota right there.
South Dakota gonna be ticked off. Sucks to be South Dakota.
And then you have Hawaii, which we'll see what happens in Hawaii.
You know, they used to have railroads in Hawaii at one point, you know?
You did tell me about that. That's true.
Yes. Like, I can send you photos of their actual photos.
Yeah, you can send that to me.
With, like, they're at me. Do you have Instagram?
I don't have Instagram. I only have Discord here.
Alright, well, their Instagram page talking about Hawaii Rail Fan that show photos of old Hawaiian railroad artifacts and photos.
Yeah.
It'll
I think there are other places in the U.S. that have, like, railroads. Like, I'm pretty sure Puerto Rico has railroads. Even though it's not a state.
Yeah, their railroad remotely subway.
Still counts.
Yep. Heck, some American locomotive ended up in Cuba. Did you know that?
Yeah, Cuba's interesting. I think it's like one of the few islands in the Caribbean to have like a railroad. But that's because Cuba's long, so it's like perfect for them.
Jamaica had railroads too, you know?
I didn't know that.
Heck, I could send you some photo of what the railroads in Jamaica look like. They have a mixture of U.S. locomotive and European locomotive in Jamaica. With
That would be interesting.
Heck, they're even U.S. built locomotive in Australia, Africa, even Brazil and South America, even in Chile, you know? Bolivia.
David, you're cutting me out on the audio.
I'm sorry. Like, if you guys can hear, we are talking to the Cargo Rail Fan. But
I was gonna go sleep, but I can't.
But Bolivia,
Just kidding.
Brazil, Australia, Chile, all of
Australia have like a straight set of tracks, like in the middle of the desert.
yeah, you know, all of them buy U.S. locomotive. Even Saudi Arabia, you know.
Yeah, I know Saudi Arabia is getting high-speed rail there.
Heck, there are railroads even in Africa that buy U.S. built locomotives, you know?
Yeah.
Seriously, and we got competition in Africa. Like, heck, if we want to take a superpower and we want to do good, we need to start investing in Africa, you know?
I'm not entirely sure about the whole neo-colonialism thing.
Well,
I know Trent is doing that.
and well, we're far behind and we need to catch up because they are technically kicking our behinds, you know?
I'm pretty sure there's other ways we can, actually be more competitive with China on that.
I know, but like literally, we're about to be a third world country, or probably not a third world, but a second world country. If we don't get our act together, you know?
I mean, we have a third world country railroad.
Yeah, our railroad system are not that pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
That I'm not going to lie about. But our freight railroads are good, you know?
I would argue too good, because I don't think they're going to let the passenger rail do anything.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, if we want to keep our freight railroads good, we need to start letting passenger rail too, you know? Like, if we improve and work on passenger rail and start working with freight too, like what 40 East Coast and Brightline are doing, because they're both owned by the same company.
Well, that's because they don't.
But yeah.
The thing is, like, they're separate companies that own freight and own passenger rail. Like, good luck trying to convince UP to do anything.
Now, BNSF, on the other hand, they do right by Amtrak, you know?
That's kind of good for them. Although, if they really were trying to do good, then why did the Empire build their train derailed? And I know you have your theory that maybe sabotage.
Mm-hmm. Because there was some train already running on the line a couple hours before Amtrak came by, and there was track inspector the day before that came out and checked the track too. You know?
Yep.
I think that might sound crazy. Reason why I said it was sabotage is because Amtrak is doing better than Greyhound and a little better than not Amtrak, but the airlines, you know? They're doing better while the airline and Greyhound is struggling, you know? Like, serious.
Let's just say without a little money from the government, they wouldn't be off there.
Mm-hmm. So I think the airline and Greyhound, both them, like the bus company, probably got a little aggravated. So I think they sent one of their own people out there to sabotage this, you know?
Well, look, David, this isn't the 1940s or so where people just send others to sabotage stuff. The way that people screw over other companies is way different than before. It's called filing lawsuits and bribing the government and stuff.
I know, but they will still sometimes do shit like that, you know? Like, they will sometimes still do it, you know? You won't even realize it sometime.
Who knows? But it's kind of unlikely, though, because, like, the methods that people have done have changed over the years. Like,
Mm-hmm. That is true. But, yeah. Hey, Chicago Rail fan, you still there?
yep.
Yeah, Jane kind of cut out there for a minute on my tablet. But, yeah. But it did crazy. Oh, what do you think about Via Rail new train sets?
Is it the Siemens ones?
Yes.
I have not seen them, but if it's anything like the Amtrak ones, I think it looks good.
Do you want me to send you a photo? Because they do look good.
I think I know what it looks like.
They're black and yellow, and they're already in Canada.
Yeah, that's why it's called Via Rail. Or whatever they're called.
But they do look good. They do look good. I know that they're going to be quad cities, you know, like going from the big metropolitan. I know that they're not going to be for the long distance, you know?
Of course.
They're going to be more like to cities in like the big areas. That where I think they're going to work at, because Go Transit is actually going out to London, Ontario, you know?
Oh yeah, London, Ontario. I was actually there once when I went to Canada. I stayed there. It was kind of interesting.
Well,
it still felt like America.
Mm-hmm. You know, they're actually doing, like, Via Rail actually copying, trying to do the Australian commuter rail trains, you know?
Yeah.
So, they're trying to copy what Australia is doing with their commuter rail system.
As in?
Like, long-distance commuter trains.
I'm not sure if that's really viable. Like, unless it's, like, high demand, like Chicago, Milwaukee, like, I could see that. But, like, you know, like, I know Chicago has the South Shore line that goes all the way to Michigan City and even further to South Bend.
Yeah.
They don't run too many trains there that often. Like, most of the trains, like, terminate at Michigan City.
Yeah, and like, I was talking to a guy today who came into my Walmart from Chicago, and he took the South Shore line, the electrified section.
It's all electrified.
I know. Like, they still get a lot of trains, you know?
A decent amount.
Mm-hmm. A decent amount to just by keep using line, you know? Because imagine how many people would be ticked off who used the train if they did simply close it right there automatically. You would probably have ticked off rioters, you know?
You've had a lot of people going to the cars then.
And more traffic, you know?
Yeah, I personally hate traffic, especially when I'm the one that's driving, because I always like to go fast on the highways.
But yeah, you know, why don't they just hire autistic people? Because we can solve problems that they cannot, you know?
Yeah.
I guess they only really care if like you can solve the problem now. Like, I mean, it doesn't exactly have to be autistic people, but I kind of see where you're going with this.
Because autistic people have skills
Oh,
that...
you're cutting me out.
I'm sorry. Us autistic people have skill that some people don't have, you know?
You're right to some extent, I'd say.
Like, hey, I'll bring up the one person. Have you ever heard name Dan Aykroyd, the one who made Ghostbusters?
Dan who?
Aykroyd.
Oh, Ackloyd.
He, one who made Ghostbusters, and well, acting in it, he also autistic, you know?
Yeah, you'd be surprised at the amount of people you realize are autistic.
Heck, there are a lot of autistic people in the music industry too. Like, there a music person, his song was #1 back in 2011, 2012. You ever heard the song Firefly?
Maybe, but I don't recognize it.
I like to make myself believe
The
planet Earth turns
Right now, I recognize it.
slowly. It's hard to say da 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 da.
But yeah, that you remember it now?
I think so.
Well, the person who made that, that
Okay.
autistic.
I see.
Like, there are actually a lot of autistic people in the music industry. But yeah. Whew. Well, it did make me feel better after what happened earlier, you know? I'm not
I
going...
can tell.
Because I'm probably going to be a little bit of a wreck tomorrow when I go to work around 12, you know?
Wait, you work weekends as well?
Yeah, they sometimes put me on weekend. I have not had a Saturday off in about a month now.
Oh, that sucks. I would not. See, at least the good thing is, like, if I were to get a job, I think I could probably only get weekends or so.
Well, the only reason why I work on weekends is because my unavailable date is Thursday because I got class that day. You know?
So they work full time?
No, part-time. I work part-time.
I don't know. From what you're saying, it sounds like it's full time. Because, like, you say you gotta work in the mornings up to, like, the night.
No, I only work from, I work 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. today, you know?
12 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's almost like 8 hours a day.
Hey, well, they have me working 34 hours this week and 31 hours next week.
Well, it's not necessarily full time, but it's still, like, almost full time.
Well, I can't...
It shouldn't even be considered part time. It should be, like, I don't even know if, like, you should work that much and, like, get full time benefits.
Well, I can't work over 35 hours. If I go over 35 hours, I can lose my SSI. I need that for my meds. You know?
What is that?
That sound you just heard, or the word I just said?
The word you just said.
Medicine,
No, your SS what?
SSI,
SSI or SSRI?
the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is that something to do with autism, or is that something else?
It a disability thing. Like, I can't go on full-on disability app until I work over 2 years, you know?
Oh.
And I'm about the 2 years mark, you know? Like, in 2 months from now, it'll make 2 months since, not 2 months, but 2 years since I started working at Walmart.
Oh.
So,
I don't know what to say on that. It doesn't really sound good.
hey, well, the pay is good, you know.
I mean, as long as you're making good money, and
Oop.
well, you're living with your parents, even though you prefer to be independent.
I know. We got another train coming.
What is it?
Freight train, not Amtrak. That before. Well, let me.
Oh, David.
You don't seem as enthusiastic for freight trains at night as you are with passenger trains.
And freight trains are hard to see during the darkness because we got a tree line that blocked us from the track. Look, you hear the horn?
Can't really hear the horn.
You hear it, babe?
Yeah.
Do you hear the horn now?
Uh-huh. I hear you.
I feel like you hear bells. I don't know where that's coming from.
That a train. The bells are coming from the train.
Oh. I can't hear the horn, but it must be nice.
Yeah, like it not a Leslie like on 911 in the Pride unit, you know?
Oh. I know one of my favorite horns, though, are from the F40PHs in Chicago. I don't know the name of it, but just whenever you hear it, like it kind of gives you like a classic vibe.
Now the Milwaukee, not the Milwaukee Road. Now the Alco horns are good.
I also like the horns from the new F59 PHIs.
Up there, I see headlights. You hear it? You hear it?
Yeah. Do you remember the horns from the
They're still up.
Yes, that was pretty.
Sound like the start, like a close line.
Oh, do you hear it now?
Oh, no.
Well, the live stream probably heard it, you know.
On the good side, it's, I get to hear those horns.
Damn it! My brother just scared the crap out of me. My brother just scared the shit out of me. Fucking dick. My brother was outside.
And you don't look surprised.
That because when I get scared, it don't look like it sometimes, but it do spook me, you know?
Sure, David. It's a spooktacular Spooktober.
I don't do that with up DPU. But you'll probably hear it from.
Excuse me, guys.
You'll probably hear the horn from the live stream later on. Hold, let me check. Let me go back to the part on the live stream. Let me go back to the part.
Oh,
on the
feedback.
I can see the live stream. It's just I don't have the volume on. For obvious reasons.
1 minute. Well.
Oh, let me see. All right, well,
One-
in the morning.
1 minute to Carlo Relby. But yeah. But Jakarta Rail fan, are the track walking distance from your house?
Yeah.
I'm kind of within walking distance, but I'd rather break the brakes there. But I can hear the horns everywhere. Literally everywhere.
You hear the horn? Oh. With like literally like
I can't hear the horn, but it must be nice.
yeah, like it's not a Leslie like or a 911.
But
I love the Alco horns, you know?
Yeah, I think you said that like a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Like my favorite locomotives are Alcos, like the RS2s, you know, the switchers.
David.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I actually got one at N-Scale. I actually got an N-Scale Southern locomotive, you know?
I wish I had model trains. The last time I had it was like 10 years ago. That thing was like a
That's
small
great.
N-Scale Amtrak train. classic pie.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Milwaukee, not the Milwaukee Road, now the
But yeah.
forms are good.
Honey.
You know, I actually should start like getting
Oh, is that drink?
but I don't got the space for it right now.
Sorry.
But my live stream did pick up the horn, you know?
Excuse me, guys.
Oh.
It did pick it up, meaning I might need to get a louder speaker for you can pick it up too, you know, like where you can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah. It already 1 a.m. Jesus.
I mean, let's be honest, Steven, that was kind of on you for starting to stream so late.
I know. It did that.
Because I got home like 10 minutes before you started, so.
I know. The reason why I started so late is because of what happened to our dog, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of busy with other stuff, and I got home.
Like, I would have started my live stream earlier, but what happened to our dog tonight was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like, she croaked right on the spot in front of us. You know? And that was hard. But, yeah. But, you know, there are some nice railroads that still use the alcos, you know?
Like.
There are about 3 railroads up in New York, a couple in Pennsylvania. There are one in Arizona, the Apache Railroad. You ever heard about them?
Nope.
Oh, they got a whole bunch of alcos on that railroad.
Oh, it smells like Mimi again.
There are a couple.
Only railroads in Chicago that use those.
Mm-hmm. Heck, there are a small short line railroad, like not a short line, but a steel mill here in South Carolina, up in Columbia, that uses alcos. You know, they have 2 operational alcos.
So they do.
Mm-hmm. And I have never been up to steel mill up there, but you bet your ass I would go up there to catch the alco in operations, you know?
I'm pretty sure you would.
Heck, because alcos are rare, and there is another railroad, the Arkansas, Missouri, that uses alcos too, you know?
Definitely.
Like, have you ever heard of the Arkansas, Missouri Railroad?
I'll be honest, David, I haven't really heard of any railroad that exists outside of the Midwest, let alone Chicago.
Hey, well, I might send you some interesting railroads you should rail fan, you know?
We'll see. I usually don't real fan outside of Chicago. I have one video though of an Amtrak train in Michigan. That's because I happen to be there.
Mm-hmm. You know the Saginaw sub in Michigan. You know, one that they use in Train Simulator 2010.
No.
You never, dude. You're missing out on something. Like, I had Train 2010. Then you know Train with a Z.
Oh, trains? I don't play on trains. I use Train Simulator. And
Yeah.
I don't even play it that often there because like my computer's like doesn't really handle it.
I know. I'm talking about the Train Sim where one where you're able to build your own routes.
No.
Train with a Z.
No, I haven't played trains.
One of the route was the CXX Saginaw sub, and that was pretty cool. You know?
Excuse me.
And it was based on the actual Saginaw sub up in Michigan, you know?
Really?
And thing is, the Saginaw sub is not owned by CXX anymore. Back in 2020 or 2019, the Saginaw sub got bought out by the Lake State Railroad, you know? So the Lake State Railroad have expanded out and are expanding their operations. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do, right?
Hey, well, they are a class 2, you know?
I'm gonna be honest, I have not heard of any railroad that's not a class 1. Or at least I know it's not a class 1.
Alright. You got Montana Railway, the Illinois Central. There are a whole bunch out there.
Illinois Central doesn't exist anymore.
Or not the
It's been bought
Illinois-
out by CN.
Not the Illinois Central, my bad. I'm talking about the Indiana Railroad, you know?
The Indiana Central?
Yeah, you know one with the big red locomotives?
I don't know if they operate around Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, they're a class 2, a regional. That Iowa, the Iowa Interstate Railroad is class 2, and they go all the way up to Chicago, you know?
I don't know if they go all the way up to Chicago. I think that's the railroad that owns part of the former Rock Island line.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're a class 2, and the government is actually thinking about reclassifying them as a class 1.
I mean, should they be reclassified as a class 1? Like, if you've seen, like, the big class 1 railroads, I don't know if that would fit the category.
Hey, well, Montana Railway almost became a class 1 last year. You remember that?
Nope. What does it even take to become a class 1 railroad anyway?
You got to have a lot of money. You don't have to have that much track, but if you make a lot of money, like, I mean a lot, then you will be counted at class 1, you know?
Oh, so it's based on profit, not, like, track length?
Mm-hmm. It's not based on track ruling. It's based on how much profit they make. You know?
Well, that makes more sense.
Because the thing about the Alaska Railroad, that a class 2, but they got a lot of trackage up there in Alaska, you know?
Yep.
And they would be, if they made a lot more money, they would be a class 1, but they're not a class 1, but they do get a lot of freight from the U.S. barge up there by ship, you know?
Yeah. David, my phone seems to be on 50%, so...
Yeah, and I gotta get...
That's not my last... Yeah.
All right.
Great. Like, you got any last things to say before we end this off?
Well, I hope everybody have a great day, and I hope everybody understand what we're going through.
And I didn't say
Yeah, you should be
anything,
better
so I
this time.
shouldn't be up here. So I shouldn't be here in the live because I don't want to see you like wandering off. I've been wandering off.
I know. But is there anything you want to say to Cargo Rail fan?
Among Us.
Of course, Among Us. Well, we'll talk to you later, Chicago Rail fan.
All right, David.
Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.
Later, man.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah.
All right. Before after we all end this stuff conversation.
All right. Well, that was Chicago Rail fan.
It turned out to be a train show.
I know. Like, did not meant it to be a train show. It did that.
This is the voice of trains.
No.
The voice of auto trains.
Yeah.
You should change it into the voice of auto trains. The voice of trains.
No.
You go change
that fans of trains.
No, you go change the voice of autism into the voice of trains. Voice of auto trains with Chicago Rail fan and David Mitchell.
But
with some nonsense movements from Valley Poo.
You fall right into my trap. Yeah, we did Chicago Rail fan, but that does make us feel better, man. I would be talking about a lot of autistic stuff tonight, but with what happened, that would not happen. But we will talk about some of the autistic stuff next week.
But you know what? I gotta say something, David, because I never say anything. You know, I wanted to show a little bit comedy twist I did last time when David came home And he did ask something if I am trapped in the cup. That almost made me to get trapped in the cupboard. Trapped in the cupboard.
Yep.
And I said something to him saying, "Hey." I'm brain farted right now because he keeps saying trains.
I know,
You
but
converted the voice of autism into a train show.
I'm not even trying. Like, I just have been talking about this up on fans of Train, you know.
That's
but
unintentional, but it's so funny. But guess
but
what?
yeah, we'll probably talk some stuff we talked about on the live stream in fans of Train later on in the week.
This shows that you're a foamer on live stream. Hey, Chicago Rail fan, you too.
Yeah.
You've been a foamer for trains and live stream. You won't get me. You won't sit with me.
I'm gonna tickle you. Yeah.
Guess what? Party like a Russian.
Oh, that meme.
Party like a Russian.
But yeah.
Party like a Russian.
Being autistic and losing an animal can be rough. So yeah.
What the? I have taken over David Mitchell's channel.
He did that tonight. But yeah.
Bell David, stop tickling each other. No. Oh, we might wake the neighbors up.
But yeah, this do get all stuff that happen to rear up the mind. And being autistic, it can be hard to get it up off your mind. But when you have friends and people around, it can be a little better.
Yeah. I know what I was saying. Huh? Know what I'm saying? David, I was going to skit. It'll just make y'all happy. Know what I'm saying, huh? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Huh?
But yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
But if you're if you're autistic and you're going through like losing a family member or a pet, always chat with friends.
Yeah.
It meant for anybody who is autistic who going through anything rough.
Let it loose.
Yeah, let it loose. Have a good time with friend, and sometimes it'll make you feel better.
And don't bottle it up your feelings, because if you bottle it up, it's just like you eating a lot of food, you gain weight, and you have difficulty losing weight. Ain't that right, Dave? It's just like just thinking that way, that if you keep eating and binge eating and then do emotional, if you call it emotional eating when you're depressed, because you're bottling up your feelings, and then you decided to eat to get you comfortable, and you do not know that you gained weight, or sometimes you lose appetite because you don't have much, you lose a lot of interest because that you keep your true feelings to yourself, and you don't even know how to let it out. Please do let it out, and we encourage you to let it out, okay?
Yep. Yeah, read what.
Excessive, David, it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Exercise makes you happy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not the fat shame.
I think he recorrected it because I think he typed in an error.
No, he says exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. But
this is to call you out for those who fat shamed. You gotta kick y'all's butts. Just kidding.
People who sometimes end up gaining weight sometimes end up having mental problems because they probably had problem when they were younger. But yeah,
insecurities too. And also fat shame. I'm calling y'all out. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, read what's got a rough in.
Stupid autocorrect. Shade.
Yeah, that autocorrect will get you sometime, man. If I'm right, there is a button to turn it off or deactivate it. If I'm right, if you're doing it from your phone.
Huh. When I'm very freaked out, like I imagine that David is going to dance, getting the auto train. He's getting his auto train and an Amtrak. And I say something. Don't you know their deja vu happened again this week? It's either an auto train or a Palmetto 89.
True.
Or a silver meteor.
But yeah, well, it is late at night.
But I'm still rocking, and I'm not done eating because I feel affected, and everybody seems to get to be up.
Yeah, but I hope everybody understands that live stream and hope it help you if you're going through a lot of emotion right now because it let a little bit of emotional road live stream. So you people are having hard times. We use it as a learning moment for anybody who having a hard time, like if they lose pet, family members, or friend, because it can help.
I have something, David. You go raise your arm, your left arm. No, raise your left arm, and now raise my left arm, and face it that way. No, do it this way. Yeah, and then do that, and little up, David. There you go. Yeah, and hope you guys, if you guys are happy, this is some. We giving y'all some love and some hands, and those who hate us, this is for y'all.
That right? But yeah, I hope the video helped anybody who's going through anything rough. Like, it could be hard. Like, it's been a hard month because with our mom in the hospital and that, and also with what happened to Mimi today. So yeah, all that happened. It can be a rough time, but we can all get through it. We just gotta work together and always speak to people. Like, it's something that will help. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can even have harder moments, but it could be a different time. I know. But yeah.
Hope you guys enjoy the live stream. We're sorry we're taking it late.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry that our
things,
live stream is so late.
Unexpected things happen that we cannot even control. So some things happen that way without even expecting. So
being that, I might next time when I do my live stream with my friends at Cargo Rail Fan and some of the other guys, I might do what I did the first time we connected the speakers and the other thing to work it like how I did. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I hope the live stream did help. Please like and subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys. And have a night to Cargo Rail Fan.
it's morning.
Or we night morning. It's actually night where he is.